Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Happy Thursday to you all. Let us get into the new music for the day. Going with the ONEUS boys today, and their pre-release single for their upcoming album. I forgot what it's called. It's like I think it was like Pygmalion, something like that. But the pre-release single titled Unforgettable. Now, I definitely am not recording this for a second time. I realized about 1 minute 30 into the video that I hadn't selected the right audio source, so I wasn't recording any audio whatsoever for both my mic and my computer. So I'm gonna know the first minute and a half of the song. Apologies for that. But I figured we run it again and we do it properly. So, ONEUS is Unforgettable. Now, ONEUS are a group I don't know very well. I have a lot of people around me who really like this group, but I just never really took the time to learn about ONEUS at all. In fact, I know more about their brother group ONEUS than I do about ONEUS. Having said that, I do know some, actually, not even some, a couple, 2, 3 of their title tracks, and that's about it. So I'm very much new when it comes to ONEUS music. So I don't know where this is going to lie in terms of kind of the rest of their discography. In that, I don't know if it's going to be a sound that's somewhat similar or very different, but either way, if this is going to prepare me for what the upcoming release and the album is going to be like, I'm very much excited for it because I love learning about new groups. So here we go. Admittedly, I am going to have absolutely zero idea on who is who. I don't know the members that are in the group. The only member I'll have even a remotely close chance of identifying would be Shion. That's only because his twin brother Dongmyung is in ONEUS. That's the only reason. Even then, I have zero confidence I'll be able to spot him in this lineup, so any help I can get with this group, I will gladly take. But enough waffling from me. Let's jump into the song real quick once. So here we go. OBS, are you recording the right thing this time? Yes, you are. Thank gosh. Yeah, I'm gonna have no idea who's who. Also, thanks RBW for not giving us subtitles again. Classic RBW. This is about as far as I got last time, so... Oh, we didn't even make it a minute and a half. Hey! Hey! I love that little pause, that was really nice. Oh, what a nice slick change into the rap verse. A little cheeky two-part back-to-back rap verse. My favorite. Nice little pause as well. That little over and over motif is so satisfying to listen to. And does it build into the chorus? Oh, so pretty. Ooh, break it down. Really riding on that rock element now with the second chorus. I like it. Bring in some strings for the bridge. Give me more. Oh! 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 Ask and ye shall receive. And I love that dramaticness of the strings here. Oh, you got me. You got me. And a bona fide outro. Yes. I'm so glad that that song just didn't cold turkey cut at the end of it. That we actually got a nice outro to wrap it up. Because the song needed it for me. Oh, that was really cool. That was really... Is this what ONEUS are like? Oh, I quite like that. You know, that was a little bit tasty. I love the... It's very much got that rock influence to it. It's still got also got that popness to it. And of course, me being a violin player as well. I love the little bit of strings being sprinkled in there. I like it. I like it a lot. It's very energetic, but it's not bright. But it's not necessarily like emo rock, like kind of what like Loser Lover by TXT was. But it's, I don't know, bittersweet, is that the right word for it? Like, it's not overly bright, but it's not depressing either. But it's got the energy of like a crunchy rock song, and I quite like that. But I think one thing that this song does really well is, for lack of a better way to describe it for me, I'm going to call it crowd control. Let me explain. So, this type of song, when you listen to it, once the song kind of gets up and goes, it's one of those songs where your body just kind of involuntarily just kind of goes along with it. Whatever the case may be, whether it's just, head bopping along or snapping along, walking to the pace of the song, whatever it may be, it's the type of song and this type of energy that gets the listener moving along with it, which is great. I think that's a great trait to have for a song. But what this song does really well is that it keeps the listener on your toes, because the song isn't just consistent A to B. It's got little breaks and pauses in between. If you aren't looking out for them, you're going to miss them. Like me in the final chorus, for example. And I think it's a song where the listener can vibe along to it. I think is really cool. But at the end of the day, with this song, ONEUS are kind of telling you through their music that, hey, you can enjoy our music however you want, but at the end of the day, we're still in charge here. We're producing the music that you're enjoying, so just make sure you know where it's coming from. And I think that's kind of cool. It's kind of like an unspoken power of the music, in a way. And we'll go from... There's actually a couple points throughout the song that I think are really well made. One being the pre-chorus going into the chorus. Now, admittedly, I'd never heard the chorus the first time through before I had to scrap that recording. So I didn't realize how well written it was until listening to it now. But there's actually a very neat thing about it that I wanted to talk about. Coming from a music kind of theory point of view. Notice until this point the pre-chorus in terms of both the background instrumentals and the vocals are very mid-heavy. You don't get a lot of bass, you don't get a lot of high treble tones. It's very much isolated in the middle register. Keep that in mind. We'll go back 5 seconds, but keep that in mind as we transition into the chorus, and notice how the chorus kind of opens the song up. So now you've got the introduction of that shoulder string section, you've got the twinkling synths up on the top, you've got the vocals and the guitar still staying in the middle, holding down the bulk of the song, but you've also got that bass section introduced now that's covering the lower end. So instead of having a big grandiose riser to fill out the song itself has expanded to fill the soundscape. And I think that's really cool. It's another more subtle way of producing the flourish that's typically associated with a chorus. Because in pop music, the chorus is always allocated for the killing part of the song. That's why whenever you see any artist do a TikTok dance challenge of their own music, it's always going to be the chorus because that's what it's meant to do, is to be the killing point of a song. And with this, you don't really get kind of this grandiose, big, like EDM type riser into this big, heavy beat drop. You don't. What this song does is it goes from this tiny little middle section, and expands it without the need of an actual proper riser. But it still gets the same effect across, and I think that's really clever composition. Having said that, they don't do it every single time because they do add a proper riser going into the final chorus, which we'll talk about because we'll skip to the bridge. Because while I don't know the members, I would like to know who. Who are you, sir? I don't know if it's the same person doing the head voice run there, but the belt before it, so clean, so crispy, and I love the way it just kind of pierces. It's so well done. Oh, so who is he? Who is he? Very, very satisfying vocal to listen to. But now that we've had the high note release, take the energy back down a little bit, leave it to the twinkling keys, and then before you know it, we're back into the final chorus again. And the way they do it is different than verses 1 and 2. We've got the strings and the piano, kind of dramatic. Artificial riser. So that entire final chorus re-entry has so much going on with it because you've got the acoustic elements, you've got the shoulder strings and the piano both twinkling together, kind of dramatic in a way where the acoustic instruments kind of provides a different kind of soundscape to it. Then all of a sudden you have the big volume riser, which very much acts the same way as your typical EDM riser does, the big white noise, except with this time you're just adding more sound in terms of the volume. And then to lead in the chorus, you got the drum fill, and then the vocals come in. The vocals should come in on the downbeat. They do, but the instrumentals don't. The instrumentals wait a beat, and it's the combination of all those little elements that changes that final chorus and makes it unique in its own way. The final chorus always is going to be different than 1 and 2 in some way, shape, or form, whether it be an extra vocal part, an extra instrumental part, some vocal harmony, whatever it may be, the final chorus is always going to be different because it's like the magnum opus. It is the grand finale. And I think the way they've done it here is really nice. Because you're getting so much juxtaposition and evolution so quickly. Pause it. Bring the beat back. And then let the piano kind of sparkle away. And with the asteroid falling from the heavens. I don't know what the storyline for the MV is like, but the song itself has me very intrigued for the proper release. The pre-release singles are meant to build hype for an upcoming release, right? And eventually this is going to end up being a B-side on the album. And as someone who has little to no knowledge about this group, the fact that I'm just checking this song out on a whim just because I kind of recognize the artist and I'm very curious as to what they are. Like, they're a group that gets a lot of praise from people around me, but it's a group that I personally haven't really sought out to find. So I was going into this ready to just kind of learn what they were like. But I enjoyed this so much that I am now so excited for whenever the album drops. And that's a sign of a really effective pre-release, is that it has captured the attention of someone who might not know the group as well as other people do, or as the proper fans of this group are. It's a group that I've heard of but don't really follow, but from one song alone, I'm invested in their upcoming release. Top marks to ONEUS with this one. I very much enjoyed it. Hopefully you did as well. Thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, one last request from me: let us work together to bring a little bit of happiness back into the world. It's one small act of kindness, however big or small, checking in with your friends and family, picking up a piece of trash on the street, holding the door open for somebody, whatever it may be. Let's work together to bring some light into the world together. And know that if you are ever going through a tough time or going through anything at all, however mild or severe it may be, wherever you are in the world, just know that even though at the end of the day I am just some guy on the internet who waffles about music, know that I will always be a friend, an ally, and a shoulder to lean on, whatever the case may be. So, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.